Okay, just picture this for a second. You walk into a hospital, but there are no doctors. Instead, this sleek screen scans you, analyzes your DNA, and spits out a prescription in seconds. Sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi movie, right?
Well, the thing is, it's not so sci-fi anymore. With AI now diagnosing diseases faster and, in some cases, more accurately than people, we have to ask this really uncomfortable question. Today, we're going to dig into what's really going on with AI in healthcare and what the future actually looks like.
All right, so let's just jump right in. First up, let's talk about what AI is already doing today. And honestly, it's kind of mind-blowing.
And look, this isn't some far-off future stuff. This is happening right now. AI models are literally outperforming human radiologists at spotting these really hard-to-see tumors. They're digging through patient data to predict the risk of heart disease way before a human doctor might even see the warning signs. And they do all this by crunching a ridiculous amount of information in the blink of an eye.
And that's really what it all comes down to, right? Just raw, brute force processing power. You've got brilliant human doctors on one side, for sure. But on the other, you have these powerhouses like Google's MedPalm and IBM Watson. I mean, these things are built to just tear through mountains of data and never get tired, never miss a tiny little detail.
Want some perspective? Just think about this number for a second. Millions. That's how many medical studies, journals, and patient records an AI can just inhale and understand almost instantly. There's just no way any human being could ever hope to process that much info in an entire lifetime, let alone use it all during one checkup.
So yeah, let's be real. If this is just a game of who's better at spotting patterns in data and remembering facts, the debate's over. The machines have already won. They've got the upper hand, hands down.
But, and this is a huge but, that leads us to the other side of the coin, the biggest argument against all this. Because we all know healthcare isn't just about data and charts, right? It's about what we're calling the human gap.
Yeah, and this quote really just hits the nail on the head. A diagnosis might be a number on a page, but a patient is a person. Real medicine, it's all about that connection, that understanding, that empathy.
And this is exactly where the algorithm just completely hits a brick wall. I mean, think about it. Think about the toughest moments anyone faces in a hospital. Can a machine genuinely hold your hand and give you comfort when you get terrible news? Can it show real compassion that actually helps someone deal with a scary diagnosis?
And what about all the little things? The subtle stuff. The slight hesitation in someone's voice, that look of fear in their eyes, or even just understanding the family stuff that goes into making big treatment decisions. A robot can process a list of symptoms, sure, but can it actually get the messy, complex human story behind the illness?
This is what people in the field call human intuition. You know what I'm talking about? It's that gut feeling a doctor develops after years and years of experience, after seeing thousands of patients face-to-face. It's that ability to read between the lines, and that's something that pure data just can't do. Not yet, anyway.
So when you boil it all down, it's this simple. AI can tell you what is wrong with incredible accuracy, but it can't tell you why it matters to you. It doesn't get what that news means for your life, for your family, for your whole future.
Okay, so we've got these two big competing forces, right? On one side, you have AI's insane data skills. On the other, the irreplaceable human touch. So, where does that leave us? What's the final verdict here?
Which brings us right back to that big question we kicked things off with. After looking at everything, what's the real answer?
Well, the short answer is no. Just no. AI is not going to make your doctor obsolete. Their job isn't going away, but you can bet it's going to change.
And this is the real takeaway from all this. The threat isn't AI versus doctors. The real replacement scenario is this. Doctors who learn to use AI are going to replace the doctors who don't. It's that simple, because the ones who use these tools are just going to provide way better care.
So, we really need to change how we think about this. Forget the whole sci-fi movie plot of man versus machine. That's just not what the future of medicine is going to look like.
No, the future is all about teamwork. It's AI helping humans. It's about taking the best of both worlds. You take the incredible power of AI and you combine it with the empathy, the intuition, the wisdom of a great human doctor. Because really, at the end of the day, isn't that the whole point? To use every single tool we have to get better results, to cure more diseases, and to save more lives. It's a partnership, working together.
And so, that leaves me with one last question for you. Knowing everything we've talked about, maybe the right question isn't, would you trust a robot with your life? Maybe the better question is,
Would you trust a doctor who refuses to use the most powerful tools available to save it? Something to think about, for sure.